Hi, Beauty. I'm Erin Beck. How are you today?
Hi, I'm okay.
Is this your first therapy session?
Yes, this is my first time coming. The medication hasn't really been working.
Okay. So with your schizophrenia, what have you been experiencing?
Well, I keep hearing voices and seeing people that others don't.
What specifically have you been hearing and seeing?
I hear my father yelling like he's in trouble, and also I live with one person in a castle, but I have many friends.
So you're having delusions and hallucinations. How often do these occur?
Well, I hear my father once every few months, and I see my friends every day.
Okay. When did they first start?
Ever since I was 12, when my father went on a business trip for a few days, and I ended up living in a castle with the beast.
So why don't we make a model with all the hallucinations and delusions and try to see if we can figure out where they're coming from and why you're having them. So why don't you write them all out, and then we'll discuss it, and then you can write the reasons of why.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay, so has anything tragic happened in your past?
Well, when I was 6, my mother was murdered.
Do you think that leads to you hearing your father cry for help whenever he leaves you?
That could be, but then why do I see friends when there's no one there?
Well, do you think that could be because you're very lonely in the castle?
Yeah, I think maybe.
Okay, so I think this is a really good start. We can continue working on this more next session, but now I kind of want to discuss the ways you can start to get rid of these sounds and people that you see so you can start getting better. So what I want you to do is start changing the voices that you hear of your father crying for help and try to turn them into comforting sounds since you know he's okay.
Oh, okay, so when I hear voices, I will try to picture my dad at home, relaxing, doing well.
Perfect. Now, also, I want you to establish a difference between what's real and what's not real. So you mentioned that you live with one person in the castle.
Yeah.
So then you know anybody else that you see is not real. So you should try to ignore them so they don't get to you and eventually they'll disappear.
Okay, so should I try to go meet other people outside the castle so I'm not as lonely?
Yeah, that'd be a great idea because then you won't have as much time alone and you won't be able to think about them as much. So do you think that you can start working on this next week?
Yeah, I will try.
Okay, great. Do you have any questions?
How long will this take to work?
It's hard to tell. It varies for people, but it looks like that you're very good at recognizing what's affecting you, so I think that you will be better really quickly.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
See you next week.
All right, bye.
Bye.